Force has given us a vision, like the one we shared on Dantooine. Did you see it? Of course. You must have. The Force is strong with us both. Tatooine is known for little but blowing sand. I find it surprising that there would be a star map somewhere in its desolate wastes. A star map would likely have to be within some kind of shelter to protect it against dust and sandstorms. I suspect there are many such caves and caverns hidden in the sands of the Dune Sea. The creatures of this world probably use them as their lairs. No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location. How can I help? Yes, I suppose I can understand your curiosity given the bond that connects us. Very well. I'll tell you a bit about myself. I was found to be strong with the Force at a young age, as most Padawans are. As a girl, I was given to the Order to be trained. When I joined the Order, I left my family on Tal Ravan, as all Padawans do. My family is still there, the last that I heard. I've had little contact with them, as it is discouraged. Relationships with family members are fraught with powerful emotions. Such extremes are to be avoided. Anger and hate are the worst, but even love can lead to folly. Like all who join the Order, I have learned to embrace the life I've chosen. I had to let go of my attachments to my family. It can be a hard lesson to learn. I was not on good terms with all of my family, but I do remember missing my father terribly for a long time. I was not on good terms with my mother. I was only a little girl when I left, but I was old enough to resent her and the way she treated my father. She pushed my father into treasure hunting. I spent all my young life on ships, traveling from one false lead to the next. She whittled away my father's entire fortune, and I hated her for it. I think she was relieved to give me to the Jedi, but my father was heartbroken. A child is too young to understand the sacrifices that must be made. It's better if they have no contact with their family once they're removed. Once I was older, I realized the wisdom of this policy. A Jedi must do what is needed, personal desires notwithstanding. Love can only obscure and confuse the matter. Even a Jedi cannot always control the feelings of the heart. We must do our best to guard against it, no matter what the cost. But some sacrifices are harder than others. I do not wish to discuss this anymore. I would rather return to our mission.
Kipuna, bona na kichu. Salima wanga kun bikin. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Salima wanga kun bikin. Dong abuk shami nonok.
Hey there, what can I do for you? I've been thinking about Lena and what she said about Griff. You know, how he was always blaming other people for his problems. There might be something to what she said. No, of course not. Not really. But what if it was his idea to leave me behind? I'm not saying Griff would just abandon me, but maybe he did want to leave me behind. Just temporarily, you know? He might have done that if he planned on coming back later, but things don't usually work out for Griff the way he planned, you know? And that's when he'd get in trouble. He was always borrowing money he could never pay back. He might have been trying to skip out on his debts when he left Harris. He would have to leave his little sister behind so it would look like he was coming back. Yeah, well, no, not exactly. Look, all I'm trying to say is that the more I think back, the more I realize I might be idolizing my brother a bit, not seeing all his faults. I still want to find him. I need to see him again. It's just that I'm not sure how I'll react when I do. Maybe. We'll see. I don't want to judge him yet. Maybe Lena was lying. Or maybe she wasn't. All I know is I'd like to speak to Griff myself. If we have time, I'd like to go talk to the Zerka Corp rep on Tatooine and see what he has to say about where my brother is now.
Welcome to Anchorhead, potential customer. Zerka Corporation stands ready to serve, after some formalities, of course. First, your ship is not on our list of planned arrivals for today. There is a docking fee of 100 credits because of this. Zerka Corporation maintains this docking station at great expense. It is within our rights to refuse landing permission. And I warn you, we've had troublemakers before. The bay is lined with autoguns. Violence is not a survivable option. I assure you that the fee is non-negotiable. We have a very thin margin of profit on this world. That does make sense. I suppose I could let it go this time. We need the business. This will cover any future landings as well. It's like a registration, so we can serve you better when you return. Now, as a customs officer, I can provide information on services. Is this visit business or pleasure? There is no need for that. I'm just doing my job. You are free to move as you wish.
Abuelda, Colo Luz Ivan Rebut, Itel Dirimo. Punta sta scelta, Usta del Chief, Colo Luz da. Abuelda, Colo Luz Ivan Rebut, Itel Dirimo. Abuelda, Colo Luz Ivan Rebut, Itel Dirimo. Tustadan Gelfa, Boisidan Gelfa. Elfa Valino Elfa Vapuelta Koloduf Ivan Webut Ikelti Rimo.
Uchua penki, tang ituamaji human act in ikatune, chi itakanki chana kilikon, chiwa aita kanki baba Hassan shan, no ba muri rati like kuka. Smilia! Tingkuin ko ka, patoga yakfuli ko kala Gigi!
How can I help? I do. I've been watching you, studying you closely to see what kind of progress you've made since your training at the hands of Master Zar. You never give up, do you? I admit, I'm interested in you. I find you intriguing, compelling even, but it's not what you think. You have a great gift. You have an awesome command of the Force, and I tremble when I think of how you might misuse it. What? No, of course not. Not like that, anyway. In many ways, you are dangerous. You could be the savior of the galaxy, or you could bring untold destruction upon us all. I have seen you give in to temptation and indulge your baser emotions on many occasions. I'm afraid you are on the path that leads to the dark side. You need to see what the dark side represents in its entirety, for it is what we battle. Only the wisdom of a Jedi Master can truly explain this, but I will do my best to make you understand. The dark side is not simply giving in to anger, temptation, or to use the Force to destructive ends. These things only lead to the dark side. The dark side grows stronger and more insidious the closer you draw to it. It begs you to surrender to it, to release all its terrible power, and it becomes harder and harder to resist. And once you stop resisting, it's too late. It twists you up inside and turns you into a mockery of everything you once stood for. I am no less resistant to temptation than any other. I simply have the benefit of training that you do not. But even the training of the Jedi might not be enough to save us. We need only to look at the atrocities which have been committed by those under its sway to understand the terrible, corrupting evil of the dark side. Millions dead, and far more suffering. What sort of person would you have to become to perform such deeds gladly? And how adept must one become at making excuses for one's actions if suffering is the result? How long before you stop making excuses at all? It's so easy to think that we would never fall prey to such a horror, that we have unlimited control, vigilance, and foresight. If only that were true. The Sith have become powerful because there are many Jedi who've succumbed to the lure of the dark side and joined their cause. What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause, to use their own knowledge against them? We are weakened while they are strengthened, so we must harden our hearts and do whatever is required to fight against the dark side, even when the battle becomes wearying. I don't know. The vision of our future is clouded by shadows cast from the dark side, but I sense something ominous lurking in those shadows. But words alone cannot save one from the dark side. Come, We should continue with the task at hand. When the time comes, I only hope we are all strong enough to do what we must.
Genchopa chawi tikchok twis yun kun. Watuyama kama wona henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa chawa. Dong abuk shami nonok.
I'm Bastila, yes. I take it that you know my mother.
Bona na kachu. Kicha badwang. Wanga kum kiba bu mulera. Kakin chak nawagawa bakon. Donk kiba nukunek. Tonga buk sha nagnong.
Is there something I can do for you, miss? As you can see, we're in quite a hurry.
Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon. Wana kumbes. Chi pala mulek. Tong ki pa nagnonek. Tu nikton chun ke nemolek rabest. Uf mala nibo kurk.
My mother's condition.
Ti umpa do punta krita. Ak ti kondo ona chaba chisa wanki. Ti toki grantu kon chi chan kun green kanchan tu pro. Bok wala no bok cha. Nichi konchuva kin lorta ikakun.
I've not seen my mother since I joined the Order. Do you know what's happened? Did she say anything about my father?
Genchopa chawi tikchok twis yun kun. Watuyama kama wona henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa chawa. Dong abuk shami nonok.
I see. Where did you meet her? Do you remember?
Chika don mulaka watayuma ka wamahona nek. Ashantitun unumani patoka. Wana kuna best chinga pala multonki.
Part of me would rather not see her at all. But if she's really sick, well, we shall see. How can I help? Sorry. I'm just thinking about my mother. It's strange to hear news after all this time. It's quite distracting. It's not that I look forward to seeing her. I just can't help but wonder what she wants. But perhaps we have better things to do.
La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mira rabes. Kuyabi jus kuna jitanai. Ina kun ba marulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Undi hatonga chikokabi.
My mother was supposed to be here somewhere. Ask if they've seen her.
La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mira rabes. Kuyabi jus kuna jitanai. Ina kun ba marulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Undi hatonga chikokabi.
We should try to find her. Doubt she wants to be kept waiting.
Yatuka unwan kinkuna ba murira rachikun. Mucha shakpanpa. La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mira rabes. Uba patu kochi. Tong non bong shang yung yang. Tong patok smakdelia. Kuyabi jus kuna jitanai. Ina kun ba marulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Undi hatonga chikokabi. La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mira rabes.
Can I help you? These are the offices of the Circa Corporation. I trust you have business with the company. If this is about employment, I'm afraid all regular mining positions are full. And before you ask, we are also no longer selling hunting licenses.
Griff?
There's no Griff here. Never heard of him. No, I don't remember a single Griff on the Zerka Corporation payroll. Oh, you mean that Twi'lek? Must have slipped my mind for a second. Yes, of course I remember Griff. We hired that Twi'lek some time ago. Not a good worker, according to his crew chief. Always complaining and faking injuries to get out of work. He entered false timesheets and slept through his shifts. We even suspected him of stealing Zerka Corporation supplies, although we could never prove it. We would have fired him, but we needed workers. It would have been better for him if he had been fired. Then the Sand People wouldn't have gotten him. He was lost in a Sand People raid we suffered not too long ago. There were prisoners taken, but our rescue parties never found anyone alive. In the end, it just wasn't cost-effective to keep searching. All miners sign a waiver absolving Zerka Corporation of liability in these circumstances. Zerka Corporation cares deeply for all of its employees. That's why we've started a bounty program to thin the Sand People numbers. We didn't find his body, so we have to assume he was taken prisoner. Whether he's still alive, I couldn't say. That's all I can tell you. I shouldn't even have said this much. This is all privileged corporate information. I could lose my job. As I said, all employees have signed waivers absolving Zerka Corporation of any financial liability if this occurs. It is the industry standard. I suppose you could apply for a special dispensation from the Zerka Corporation representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours only, please. Very well, though I do have work to get back to. As I said, we are no longer selling them. There are too many people cavorting about outside the walls as it is. Well, normally we charge 200 credits, but I could make an exception if you agreed to perform a task for us. It's similar to hunting. The Sand People are becoming a problem. They destroy our sandcrawlers and kill our miners. One particular tribe is the worst. It's as if their chieftain has decided to wage war against us. I would like their attacks terminated. Bring me their gaffy sticks as proof. If you agree to do this, I'll give you a hunting license now and pay a bounty for each stick later. I'll give a bonus for the chieftains. Which would you rather have dumped on your office floor? Besides, they're ceremonial weapons, unique to each warrior. It's just as good. Excellent. Now, just so we understand each other, this is an enforceable contract. Zerka Corporation takes this very seriously. Here's your license, and a few directions. We believe one of their enclaves is in the far south of the Dune Sea. You might try following one of our sandcrawlers. They're regularly attacked. I wouldn't mind you escorting them. Very good. Zerka Corporation looks forward to your future business.
Hey there, what can I do for you? Talk? What is there to talk about? Those Sand People took my brother prisoner. Griff may be a slime, but we have to go rescue him. We can't just leave him with those monsters. You heard the Zerka rep. The Sand People sometimes take prisoners. Say what you want about Griff, but he's a survivor. I know he's still alive. I can't make you go after my brother, but you're the only one who can save him. Just think about it. That's all I ask. In the end, I know you'll do the right thing.
La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kumbes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja mira rabes. Yabi just kuna jitanai. Ina kunba marulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hadonga chihokabi. La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kumbes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja mira rabes. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Ina kunba marulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hadonga chihokabi. La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kumbes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja mira rabes. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Ina kunba marulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Mundi hadonga chihokabi. La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kumbes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Tok ninja mira rabes. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Inakun mama rulirara chikun, slimo patona. Hindi haldonga chikon kapi, la boda ni winkis matoma. Wanakun bes chingpa marulira, tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mira rabes, kuyabi juskuna chitanai. Inakun mama rulirara chikun, slimo patona. Hindi haldonga chikon kapi. La boda ni winkis matoma. Wanakun bes chingpa marulira, tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mira rabes, kuyabi juskuna chitanai. Inakun mama rulirara chikun, slimo patona. Hindi haldonga chikon kapi, la boda ni winkis matoma. Wanakun bes chingpa marulira, tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mira rabes. Kuyabi juskuna chitanai. Inakun mama rulirara chikun, slimo patona. Hindi haldonga chikon kapi, la boda ni winkis matoma. Wanakun bes chingpa marulira, tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mira rabes. Kuyabi juskuna chitanai. Inakun mama rulirara chikun, slimo patona. Hindi haldonga chikon kapi, kuyabi juskuna chitanai. Inakun mama rulirara chikun, slimo patona. Hindi haldonga chikon kapi, ubapatu konchi. Tong nong bong chong nung yang. Tong patok smaktelia.
Ako Jacoba. Sino malalaking pajak slimo puitwana? Rundi hautonga tong kimban ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamul kunung kabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes tonga buksha unenong. Kava volpamulsi kumanabak mulira. Juni yun tunjichi ay fatwana. Kava volpamulsui kumana. Lagoda na winkis maktoma. Inkin slimo podona mulira chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi.
My friend tells the truth. I am a Jedi. Are you going to imply that I am lying as well?
Tonga buksha unenong. Kava volpamulsi kumanabak mulira. Juni yun tunjichi ay fatwana. Kava volpamulsui kumana.
Nobody here can compare with the racers he rode against on Terrace. He'll wipe every record from the books in this backwater track.
Rundi hautonga tong kimban ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamul kunung kabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes. Lagoda na winkis maktoma. Inkin slimo podona mulirak chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautonga tong kimban ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamul kunhunkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes. Jibedwana ni bobo. Tong nabuum siya nundyang. Muchitito aki jijaku. Lagoda na winkis maktoma. Inkin slimo podona mulira chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautonga tong kimban ng kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamul kunhunkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes. Lagoda na winkis maktoma. Inkin slimo podona mulira chikun. Nova rundi hautonga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautonga tong kimbanang kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpa yamui kununkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes. Chupaka chonagarn totril titoki yumabogra. Chikuto kano pawa titoki graduk. Tangu tima lagoda na rinkis maktoma. Inkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi. Lagoda na rinkis maktoma. Inkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautunga tongkin banang kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpa yamui kuhunkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes. Ta chubayo kula wish tu chungwa ta kuchu. Yukarel gratuk bograuna. Bograti toki gratuk. Chewe tongtima. Lagoda na rinkis maktoma. Inkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi. Wana kumbes chimpa yamui kununkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes. Giokoya wish humani bajo ni bes. Latino kudu. Yukaril ginotekta. Lagoda na rinkis maktoma. Inkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi. Rundi hautunga tongkin banang kongkek. Wana kumbes chimpa yamui kuhunkabi. Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes. Lagoda na rinkis maktoma. Inkin slimo podona mulera chikun. Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkabi. Motadahat rundi ikchawa tombola joniku. Yomawa mani boba lorda wish wanga shachi. kumbes simpayamuri kunungkabi tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes jibeduanani bobo tongnamun shanunyan muchititoaki jijaku laboda na wenkes matoma Inkin slimmo podona mulerachikun Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi Kide jaona kinni kosendi Nao pundek turang wangapula Shira yun nao
And? Sounds like you have something special. What do you want help with?
Laboda na wenkes matoma Inkin slimmo podona mulerachikun Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi Rundi hautunga tonkimbanan kunkek Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhunkavi Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes jibeduanani bobo Tongnamun shanunyan muchititoaki jijaku Laboda na wenkes matoma Inkin slimmo podona mulerachikun Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi Rundi hautunga tonkimbanan kunkek Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhunkavi Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes Jibeduanani bobo Tongnamun shanunyan Muchititoaki jijaku Rundi hautunga tonkimbanan kunkek Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhunkavi Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes
Oh, hi. You another racer then? I heard someone new was talking to Mata. Always room for more, I guess. Nice job beating my times, too. I guess my heart isn't in the racing. Contracts are distracting stuff. I suppose you've got a right to know track business, but with the times you've been posting... It's not that I'm not grateful. I mean, it would get me into the pros. I don't have the credits to get in on my own. Not that I care about credits. I just want to race. But the deal with Mata is pretty bad. He'll get most of what I win. Do you now? You might know a good deal, I guess. You sure know your way around the track. I suppose I do. Not much chance I'll get off this rock on my own, now is there? I mean, you'd know, right? And all I want is to race. Who cares about the credits? Who cares? Thanks for making things clear. If you don't mind, I think we're done. Goodbye.
That promoter's going to bleed that poor kid dry. But I guess he's gotta learn. The only way to get by in this life is to look out for yourself.
Rundi hautunga tonkimbanan kunkek Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhunkavi Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes Laboda na wenkes matoma Inkin slimmo podona mulirachikun Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi Laboda na wenkes matoma Inkin slimmo podona mulerachikun Nova rundi hautunga kuhunkavi Jibeduanani bobo Tongnamun shanunyan Muchititoaki jijaku Rundi hautunga tonkimbanan kunkek Wana kumbes chimpayamuri kunhunkavi Tuknen tangjo kunne mulirabes Lagoda na Winkis Matona. Inkin Slimo Podona Mulera Chikun. Nova Rundi Hautonga Kuhunkari. Rundi Hautonga Tonkimbadang Konkek. Wana Kumbes Chimpayamuri Kunhunkari. Tuknen Tangjo Kunne Muleraves. Rundi Hautonga Tonkimbadang Konkek. Wana Kumbes Chimpayamuri Kunhunkari. Tuknen Tangjo Kunne Muleraves.